So whenever you get a little more seat time and you feel a little bit more comfortable with what you're doing, you can do this cool move next. Oh, damn! Did you see that?
Back there to you.
At the blazing speed of smell, it's in creep mode, but I am on my way. Home sweet home. Alright, so now the CB conversations have kind of toned down a little bit. Y'all saw there where the guy that I normally have running the track cutter, his kid is they're having taken to the hospital, so he needs to go home. He needs to be there. And it took us some persuading to get him out of here finally. But we got him to get a ride to go get with his family. He needs to be with them. But I know they'll be watching this, and he's worried to death that he's leaving me in a bind. He has not left me in no bind. If anything, he's done me some good today, because I get to run the track cutter now. And y'all can see me up there in the mirror. So, hey. Anyway, I really enjoy this is my favorite thing to run. By far, hands down, no other way to say it. This is my favorite thing to run. This thing, any track machine is my favorite, or is fun to me. This one is my favorite just because it has everything in it that I ever wanted in a track machine. This one has. 340-degree wrist. I'll show y'all what that means here in just a second when I throw this pile of wood down. Dedicated tracking, dual swing motors. This thing is just a beast. Okay, y'all see the head out there? The head will stand basically straight upside down. Instead of doing 360 degrees, it rotates 340 degrees in either direction. I won't get it. It's hard to tell you what all that helps with, but it helps with a bunch of stuff. You drop a tree, boop, pick it back up real easy. Something gets placed funny, pick it back up real easy. Don't like the way you're having to track back so far. If you've got plenty of room, throw your trees out to the side of you, twist them around. just really, really nice. I really like this one. That's it. This one is my favorite. And it has a bunch of research and development in it from helping deer. It's got some of my ideas on things, and it's, I don't know, man, it's just, I like it. Throw the topo map up here. So the world imagery map is still not working very well. In fact, it's not working at all. But anyway, so Matt had to go in and be with his family. I don't want to spill too many details on whatever, because I don't feel that's really my place to be saying anything other than, and it's not like, you know, major, like, it is major, but it's not like a death or anything. I'll say that way people don't think the worst. But anyway, I know his little boys watch I think they watch pretty well every video, so, and I didn't realize how many kids watched our videos until kind of got talking with a few people. There's quite a few kids that watch our videos, so when I found that out, that's when I started kind of trying to make sure we didn't cuss too much. If there was cussing, I edited it. There you go. Yeah, however you want to say that. I cut it out. For sure, the really harsh words. I mean, there's still some. But anyway, so whenever you get to watch this, Matt, whenever it comes out, it's all good. Some things are more important than working, and that's one of them. And if the boys are watching, or family, or whatever, we all of us out here thinking about y'all and hoping for the best. So anyway, we're inside the track machine. 853. Got the Timber Navy. Y'all can see me up there in the mirror looking at the hood. I know I'm an idiot. There's some big old beds, cornrows. I need to get down and show y'all better on that, what I'm talking about when I say cornrows or beds. Anyways, we're going to get to run the 853 the rest of the afternoon. Load number 13 for the day is under the loader. We will be done 16 today. I'm not sure if this other truck's planning on coming back or not. I'm going to bet on not, which is fine. They got their 4 loads, and so they started pretty early, and it's time to go home. So while y'all are riding with me, one of the things that I have gotten questions about, a couple different people has asked about a few things like this. And I had one guy directly the other day, and I can't remember his username, but anyway, he asked about the controls inside the 853 and if they work the same as excavator controls, cat controls, and stuff like that. I can't remember what the technical term for the cat controls and the Deere controls. I know one of them's called like ISO or something like that, but I can't ever remember which one's which. So I just call it cat plumbing and Deere plumbing. All of your track fella bunchers, let me rephrase that. All of your track fella bunchers from John Deere and tigercat. I'm not sure what the Caterpillars come set with, because I did get on a cat one time and it was not Caterpillar plumbing like I was expecting. Thankfully I was able to change it to computer. But they all come with, most all of your track fella bunchers that are mass produced anyway, that I have ever flowed with, come with Caterpillar plumbing, which means your left stick works your jib boom, your right stick works your main boom, your right stick controls your head tilt, throwing your wood. I guess you'd say that would be fore and aft movement of the head. You have two buttons on the bottom side of your trigger, two triggers on the bottom side of your joysticks that control the head rotating this way and this way. And then you also have your swing is on your left joystick, and then your bottom buttons here, which you can map them out to any button, but I have mine set up to where the bottom two buttons on the track fella buncher, I think I got it down far enough, you can see there's 4 buttons and 4 buttons. On the big leveling machines they have, I want to say it's 6 buttons per joystick, and then that controls your cab tilt, and then but anyway, this one, I run mine backwards just because that was how I was taught to run it. It comes with that kind of plumbing. But anyway, your main gate, which is y'all see out there, your left joystick works your bigger arm, your left joystick bottom buttons work your smaller arm. Both inside buttons close the arms, both outside buttons open the arms. It also has an auto accumulate function on here, but I don't use it. tigercat has an automatic accumulate system, and it's sweet. I really like theirs. Deere has theirs set up on a timer system, and I don't like it. Maybe one day they'll come up with something better, but some people seem to like it on the rubber tire cutters, but I don't like it for sure on the track car. I can't tell you if I'd like it on the rubber tire buncher or not, because I just don't like it. I don't like it. So if you push down or push forward on your left joystick, that will make your head go out and cut a tree. Try and clear some of these bushes out here so y'all can see a little bit better. I don't know if y'all can see my left hand, but I'm going to shove a head on the stick and it cuts the tree. Pull it back, it brings the head back towards you. Old machines, you used to have to work both sticks together to keep a level horizontal plane with the head. You don't have to do that anymore with for sure the new John Deere stuff. I mean, you work the right stick down just a little bit to kind of help float the head, but for the most part, you get your height off of the ground set with your head, and then you just start shoving out, and it kind of stays, for the most part, it stays level. push down on your right joystick, it shoves the head straight down, pick up, goes up. Roll your right stick out and it throws your head that way. Roll your left stick or right stick in and it picks the head back up. Like I said, 2 triggers on the bottom. Take y'all off so y'all can use triggers on each joystick underneath there. And that's what makes the head rotate right and then rotate left. Of course, common sense would tell you left trigger rotates it left, right trigger rotates it right. So that is a quick rundown on the controls of the 853. Oh, kind of. I left a very important part out. There's track pedals down here. You drive it with your feet all day long. So you're really busy all day long inside this machine. You're using both trigger fingers at all times. When you're cutting trees, you're using both thumbs at all times. And anytime you're moving the machine forward or backwards, you're using your feet. And you leave your feet in the same position right here all day long, and you just rock your feet. Again, common sense tells you forward is forward, backwards is backwards on the pedals. It doesn't really matter, most especially thinning, because you're going to have to come out the road anyway, so it doesn't matter. But me, myself, I prefer cutting with the tracks, tracking forward going in the rows, and then you're tracking backwards coming out of the rows, just because I'm not going to track as much in reverse, if that makes sense. Because going forward is going to be always, sometimes you're going to have to pull up back up a little bit, and whenever I'm coming out, I like hardly never go in reverse. Matt had the machine cutting backwards to my liking, so I'm actually going to spin it around where I'm tracking in reverse now. I'm pressing backwards on the pedals, and I'm tracking the undercarriage in the reverse direction. If you're cutting on heels, you always want to make sure you stay sprocket side downhill for various reasons. One being, most of the time your cab is going to tilt to the front more than any other direction. Two, if I understand the theory right here, it keeps your sprockets loaded on the chain. Anyway, when you go to take off, it's not like trying to jump on the sprocket. That is also another reason why I don't like working in reverse, because the chain will try and jump on the sprocket, and it wears your sprocket really fast, and it wears your bushings out also really fast. Try and lay my bunches if I start throwing them on the right, I try and make sure all of them are laid on the right, unless I run out of room and I have to put one on the left, then I put one on the left. But for the most part, if I start laying them on the left, they stay on the left. If I start laying them on the right, I keep them on the right. That keeps the skidder driver's bunches, instead of it being one here, and then he has to take this bunch and pull it over here, then you're gonna get this, and then you got a bunch over here, and you're gonna pull it up. It crosses that wood all up, and it makes it hard on your loader. So I try and keep my bunches. Oh, didn't get that. Yeah, we got it cut off enough, and then ripped it on off. There it goes, just started rotating again. But anyway, it just keeps your wood straighter. Your skidder can actually build a bigger drag by keeping his bundles parallel versus zigzagged and crisscrossed and mismatched. Oh, look here, I got a prime example of where this 340-degree wrist is going to come in handy. So I'm not quite full on the head, but we got enough. I'll back up, make sure my tops are clear, throw that pile down. Make sure that's kind of flat. There's a piece of wood run out there in the middle. We're going to take the head, we're going to roll it out there, we're going to, whoa, shit. We screwed that one up. Good job. Well, that wasn't what we wanted. That piece of wood ain't no more good. Well, what my plan was to show you how I pick that piece of wood up, but I misjudged it and broke the dang thing. So as I was saying, I just always try and make sure I put my bunches in nice straight piles on one side. That way it's it just works better for everybody following the cutter. Everybody. We're just gonna let it run, and I'm gonna speed it up and let y'all have a little time lapse of me cutting this, and then I'm gonna explain to y'all my theory and how I how I go about cutting on a fresh row over there. Show y'all kind of what I do, how I go about my thought process of operating in this tenon. So anyway, y'all just hang tight and watch this. We fixing to go fast. Okay, so we're fixing to start a new row, and here's what I'm looking at when I'm coming up on a new row. The corner is, you know, it's a blunt corner. It's kind of hard, so I know right off the bat I need to round this corner off so it makes it easier for my skidder driver to make his turns. And I'm gonna throw that down, because I see a piece of wood laying right here. I need to pick it up. Our mill spec on my wood is 16 feet with a 3-inch top. Well, we're gonna break that one too. I ain't showing y'all how to pick up a piece of wood like that. It just breaks it. I think that one was broke before I got to it, but whatever. So we're gonna cruise around the corner here. We're gonna roll some bushes back. We're gonna look and we're gonna kind of evaluate. You have this thinning window up here you're kind of looking through as well. You're gonna see, okay, you got 2 trees right here. And then you're gonna start cutting. That one was kind of crooked at the butt. That other one's a really nice fat tree. It'll probably come out in its second thinning. But we'll leave it till the end so it lives to grow another day. So you want to look for all of the little small stuff that's standing here first. Get every bit of that. Okay, and that's going to make your basal area kind of come out where it needs to be. And you're going to look here. You're going to have some bigger trees all clustered up. You got to look up, see which trees have smaller top diameters in it. Trees that just ain't growing as tall as the other ones. It's starting to suppress. Forks, stuff of that nature. You want to look for that. Cut those trees first. Leave the bigger, better trees standing to grow to make log timber one day. So that's kind of what you're doing when you're thinning. You're looking for the poor quality trees that are standing, and even when you have good quality trees standing, you want to look for the worst quality, the worst of the ones standing there. Like I said, small tops, broke tops, deformed tops, forks. The tree that just isn't quite as tall as its neighbor, smoke it down. Get rid of it. Okay, so we got that kind of groundwork established. You're going to want to... It's hard for me to get this, to speak this, because I've been doing it for so long, it just happens. So you want to start with your outside tree like that one there first. And then get this one. Bob that one off a little high. Make sure the stump is flush with the ground. But you always want to make sure you're working yourself into a hole that either has several trees in it or something that you can work yourself back out of quickly and easily. So like this one right here, you know that tree's got to go, and you know this tree's got to go. So you're going to try and pull up here where you leave yourself enough room to get out of the middle, which I've got that there. Bob that tree off, and then this one, this one, and then this one. Now you see what I done there is I put myself into a position where I could maximize my overall cutting without having to do a whole bunch of in and outs. Some people would have done that to where they come up here, and I'm going to show y'all the wrong way to do it. Some people would have cut like they'd have cut that one, which all of this has got to go regardless. And here, I'll show y'all the tree that I already cut. So that had been coming up through here, and they would have left these 2 trees here to cut like this, so they'd have spun all the way back around basically, or tracked up so close to the, they'd have done like this, where they got so close where they cut their tree. And this one needs to go as well. But look, boomed in all the way. There's a, you see the tree over there? I think y'all should be able to see that on camera. There's a tree there. So now you have to track backwards, and you're not cutting anything. And while you're not cutting anything, guess what? That skidder's getting closer to you. You try and find ways to keep yourself from having to extend full boom. You know, keep your booms close to you. You have to go to the second row. There's no way of eliminating going to the second row, and you don't want to twist your tracks and track out there to it. So the next thing is, you see I'm not fully filling this head up, cutting in. Even with like the 5000 series saws from tigercat, just because that head will hold it does not mean you have to use it all the time. So I will cut. I'm going to show you on here. I'm just riding on cutting. I'm not trying to explain anything because I have to slow down and think about what I'm doing and tell y'all. You would think I'd be able to just rattle it off as much as I've done it, but no, it don't happen like that for me. But anyway, so I'm getting to the end of my tops here at the last pile that I threw down. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of space and go ahead and throw that bundle down. You're there. You just go ahead and throw it down. Now, it did kind of cross this one tree up, and you may have to just go whoop like that. But that's not going to bind your tracks up. If the tracks are not going to try and chew the trees up and all that other craziness. It makes it to where you can work faster across your wood, because you have to cut on top of your wood in thinning. There is no other way to go. You can, I'll take it back. There is a way to do it. You can go all the way to the back and cut everything coming back out. But anybody want to lose $500, I'll put a $500 bet. I'll cut 2 to 1 what you can cut doing it that way versus do it my way. Anybody, come see me. I don't have $500 to lose. I'm gonna work extra hard. I'm just saying. I'm that confident. I can't tell you how many operators I brought out here and showed them the way we do it versus the way they were taught to do it, and then they're like, "Oh wow, that's like really easy," and I'm like, "Yeah, and so much faster." So. Coming up, and I'm kind of got enough of it in the head, so I'm gonna toss those up there. And get away, you know, when you get up here, just roll it back over. This one here has got a bunch of smaller stuff in it. I'm going to have to get a little bit more to get to the end of this pile. But when I get to the end of this row, that is when I will cut everything this little head will hold. I'll cut everything this head will hold coming back out. And that's where you make your time up using a big head like this with a track machine. Because, anybody want to guess? You don't have to spin around as much. When you're cutting back out, you're cutting facing the other way and your wood is behind you. So you have to spin all the way around. If you fill that head up and you don't have to stop but half the time to throw your wood down, you have in turn cut the amount of time it's going to take you to get out of that row by basically half. got some other factors you got to factor into that. But that's the way I think about it when I'm cutting. And you never, ever, ever track backwards to a pile. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the camera off because I'm getting really, I wasn't low on battery. I would just let y'all ride, do another time lapse here. This is probably going to be a whole video all on its own. But I'm going to cut the camera off real quick and I'm going to cut to the end of this road, and when I start coming back out, I'll turn the camera back on and show y'all how I work the machine coming back out. So y'all just hang tight. I will be right back. Alright, so we're cutting back out now. Kind of forgot to turn the camera on at the very, very back, but it wouldn't have mattered because it was pretty thick back there. And y'all wouldn't have been able to see a whole bunch. I'm fixing to throw this down and then I'll start fresh with that. So when you have more than one bundle, there's I don't know if y'all can see, but there's like a huge hump that the trees are planted on. Kind of like a corn row. You'll have to bear with me for a second. I has the hiccups. So my speaking may end up being kind of paused here and there. Seems like I'm over them now. But anyway, whenever it don't have those humps there in the middle, you can lay your bundles parallel, side by side one another. When it's got the big hump, most especially like this one has big humps, you don't want to lay them on top of that because they will flare out, stick up, the tops will stick up, and the skidder, because we skid from the back to the front on top of our wood, knocking our limbs off. That'll be my next demonstration, is to get in the skidder and show y'all a demonstration of that. Kind of what the thought process goes in on that. But anyway, you don't want to throw them side by side on them big humps. So you need to throw them down in those little valleys. Now you've been watching, I've been cutting and I'm almost full. I think I can get one more, should. There's one a little bit small one. Shove it in there. So you see how I never track backwards. There's the pile back there that we cut, and there's this pile here. You're going to track up, and you're going to lay down. You're going to kind of flatten it out a little bit where the skidder can get over it nicely. And you're going to keep tracking forward. And you're going to see your next tree, you're going to sink in, and you're going to start cutting. Now yes, you are tracking backwards here, but you're cutting as you're tracking this direction. And you're cutting yourself back around, so to speak. And the same thing goes this way. You want to make sure you get yourself in a hole where you can maximize your cut without having to, go in and out so much. Keep your booms tucked in close. Yada, 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 yada. The thing with this one, I'll show y'all this. I'm a little bit light on the head full, but I'm going to show y'all this anyway. Alright, so now you got your valleys filled up. You can throw it in the middle. I know I should have turned loose of that before it hit the ground, but you usually want to try and turn loose of it before then. It helps the wood fan out. Now your skidder's got wood on each side. It's up. Now the ground, everything's level. There. So you saw what I done. I started cutting. I'll re-show y'all this way. So I come in and I cut and I cut. I think I cut that one over there, but I cut. And technically I could have cut like this if I'd have been planning a little bit more ahead here. and then never really moved, and then swung back around and dumped again. And you never move out of the same spot, and now your skidder has a really nice pile. Like the tigercat skidder would pick that one pile up, and that would be all he would pull. And then you just swing back around, and you come back to cutting up here, and you start working. Your goal is to keep working towards those butts up there in front of you. That's your goal. So you're cutting this way. You're getting towards the end of your butts there. You got about a half a head full or so. But you're gonna kind of keep cutting. By the time I get everything cut out of this little area right here, we're gonna be pretty full. Just a little bit. Okay, so y'all saw how I cut myself. I started working over here, and I cut myself around to where I was right here. And that leaves you an open hole. You swing back this way. It's a very systematic process. And now I'm back going. That one don't need to come out. Sometimes you're going to make misjudgments like I just did right there and decide you don't need to cut that one back out. You're going to, you're going to have a spot where you dead cut or whatever you want to call it. You didn't get nothing out of that swipe, so to speak. So that's how you cut with a track cutter and thinning. And you make wood, and you do a neat job because you're focusing on only one side. Anybody wants to argue me that this is not the way to run a track cutter? Message me, comment. I'll bring you here and I'll let you get on my track machine and show me your way, and then I'll show you my way. My way is faster. I'm really not trying to be a smart ass or an overly cocky whatever. That was kind of more sarcastic reply. So whenever you get a little more seat time and you feel a little bit more comfortable with what you're doing, you can do this cool move next. Oh, damn! Did you see that? Around. Like so. And then dump again. You just keep staying in this little process all day long. You're always thinking, you're always planning out your next move. You're not just out here just riding and cutting. If you're just riding and cutting and not thinking about what you're doing, you're not going to cut enough wood. So anyway, that concludes my video on this. Let me me know what y'all think down below. I appreciate everybody for watching. I love describing what I'm doing, especially something like this that I you know, I really know this, like really know this. This is, I've been running track machines now for, my daughter is 11 years old, and I was running 2 years prior to that, so I've been on track cutters now for 13 years. At about 2,000 hours of seat time per year. So you're looking at about 25, 26,000-ish hours of seat time. So this is, I just know, I know track cutters, and I like being able to explain something to people that I know. So anyway, hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about that. If you'd like to see more stuff like that. If the video sucks, if you hate it, whatever. Let me know ideas on what y'all want to see more of. This was one of the things that somebody had mentioned, and here it is. I might use this for Friday's video. I don't know. I may end up having to publish a couple of videos in a row together or something, or just stop videoing for a couple of days, because I've got like racked up a bunch of videos, and I don't think I need to be making hour-long videos. So anyway, y'all make sure y'all do all that other stuff, and anybody that's interested in what kind of cameras I use and equipment, stuff like that, all that stuff is in the drop down box below with the description. And like I said, I just can't appreciate everybody enough for all the views and everything. The channel's been doing great again here lately. That makes it more fun for me, but it's fun to begin with because I get to show you all this cool stuff. And just, man, I appreciate everybody. I can't say that enough. I just really, 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 really appreciate everybody. So until the next video, until the next one, which could be tomorrow, could be 2 days, could be over the weekend. I can't tell you what I'm gonna do. Until the next one, y'all be safe. Have fun at whatever you're doing. Have a good weekday, weekend. Yeah, just have some good, you know, just whatever you're doing, just have fun with it. But until the next video I make, y'all log on, cut some trees, make some lumber, make some pulpwood. And if you don't log, watch some videos about logging. Anyway, we'll catch y'all next time. Log on, everybody. Log on. We're out of here.